Hello everyone, welcome back to EPIC47 Valorant. We are continuing day one with our group stages here. As you can see, I'm not Jack Destroyer 4, I am Shiva,
really?
joined by Mads. Yeah, I know. I'm not the super polite, wholesome Chad that is Mr. Jack Destroyer. I'm Shiva, joined by the same Mads Bear that you all know and love. We're doing with another group stage, PIBBLE FC against Kev's Hot Dog Boys.
We are indeed. We've got a lot of veterans throughout these games. Unfortunately, the Epic Land Wi-Fi has done us dirty and we cannot pull up the teams beforehand. Yeah. But PIBBLE FC, we do have, Michaela, Juki, a very standard team we've seen quite a few times. They have been under various PIBBLE-esque names in the past. So it is good to see. They're here for a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think this one's definitely a bit more of a fun game. Both these teams are a little on the lower seed, so we're not doing anything too crazy going into it, right? But Kev's Hot Dog Boys do have a couple players that I recognize. I mean, one of them being notably a player by the name of Nut Enjoyer. Not sure what kind of nuts they mean. I assume peanuts, because those are my favorites. But aside from that, you've got a couple other players there who I believe may have played an Epic Land or two, but we're not really too deep on info on them, so it's going to be a fresh face for them. But PIBBLE FC, kind of pivotal members. They've been around for a very long time. Michaela and Juki especially, probably two of the most regular faces we see at Epic Land. Yeah,
definitely. But I do believe we actually already have the veto that can come up. So, okay, basic bans. We're seeing Haven and, Bind.
Bind.
I just did Bind. How lovely.
Bind is so fun. Bind is great. It's been one of those like replacements for the lack of Ascent and Lotus, right? Yeah. Not only has Haven been around all the time, like honestly, Haven and Bind are like those two maps that you're seeing every day now, and we would hope that we'd get new maps coming in, but unfortunately for now with groups, we're continuing on the Bind train.
I mean, we were saying a bit earlier, like you're in a best of one. You need to be comfortable on these maps, but unfortunately, that is where everyone finds their comfortability is on Bind.
Just how it is, yeah.
It's an interesting map. It's very basic, but not at the same time. You have very small choke points on these entry sites. You have the TPs that kind of you can kind of change up that last minute plant very quickly. But other than that, it's very standard. There's not much to it, which is quite good for players.
Yeah, no, I think the thing with Bind that also makes it very popular amongst the majority of teams, especially teams that aren't really as well synergized and prepped together, is that it's a map that's been around for a really long time, and that just comes with the familiarity with these teams. They don't really have to over-prepare too much to get used to playing around Bind. They generally know the fundamental aspects of the map that can be played around. So I think that's what makes it really traditional and pretty easy to pick up for teams that aren't as comfortable with it. Yeah. There are some really obvious setups and obvious compositions that you have to run on Bind, but you can also go a little off the rails and run a bit more of aggressive compositions. So you can maybe run the Chamber if you fancy going into some aggressive roles. You could run the double Initiator with the Gecko Fade if you really chose to do so. But I think Fade on our own has been really popular. Yoru as well, always been really popular agent as an alternative, especially with fast rotations. You can do a lot of things with Bind, and because of how much Bind has been around, it's been well developed. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, even we've seen a lot of the likes of Deadlock and stuff like that. A lot of different Sentinels. Typically, you see, that double controller, that Brimstone and Viper, but I do believe we're seeing a little bit of a
that is not Abyss. That isn't Abyss on the screen. It is actually Bind. Yeah. Just to not educate you. And one thing I've only just learned until now, Kev's Hot Dog Boys have another person with a bit of a strange name. You've got Nut Enjoyer, now joined by Cream Boy.
It's very delightful, isn't it?
And then you have some very normal names like Hayne and Odysseus as well with the team, but with the compositions coming into this, it's a little strange from Kev's side. You've got seemingly double controller with Clove, which has been something that I don't see very often in higher levels, but in tier 3 levels is quite popular.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, with Clove, you have the ability kind of using it as a sentinel, kind of by yourself. You use those smokes more at a personal level rather than kind of, for your team, especially when you have that Viper to kind of lock down sites as a quote-unquote sentinel. On the other side, we're seeing it probably more towards comfort picks. I mean, the Razen Yoru together works well.
Yeah.
Omen
is a bit strange, yeah, I have to agree. That's definitely a self-comfort pick, because I feel like if you're not going to be running Brim or Viper, which neither team are running Brim, by the way, that's crazy.
with a map like Bind, you need to be bursting on the site. It has to be a fast push on the site with your teams. And when you're having Omen, like, oh yeah, place one down. Oh, let me get back into it. Place another one. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah.
You're slowing down the
Okay,
team.
guys, I got my blind. I'm gonna throw it. It's moving. It's moving. Like it's a slow push on this other side here. And I think not having Brim on either team is really surprising, but I think the Viper Clove is definitely superior. I think Viper's going to have a lot more long-term control, and if they choose to go into a more defaulty lurk-heavy playstyle on attack, they really can run well with that. They can have Clove regularly put down different smokes. They can have Viper have that one smoke on A that adds so much pressure for the enemy team to clear out those areas and have somebody around just in case of that lurk. And so honestly, I think this comp from PIBBLE FC is definitely, from Kev, sorry, is a little bit strong. I think the names are swapped a little bit different, so they're the other way around. So blue side is Kev's Hot Dog Boys, red side is PIBBLE. Hopefully we'll get that swapped in a moment. But yeah, going into this, it's going to be a little bit of a lower stakes match for these teams. I don't think they expect to go too far in this tournament, but with the fun representation and that small little chance of maybe getting through groups is definitely what they're going for here.
Definitely very fast. Early on, got a lot of information coming through from B, both sides of B. Reflect on really well.
It's already a fast engage contact made here, and Justin will get his one with many more to follow as well. PIBBLE making this, Kev's Hot Dog making this very, very clean here. Following them falling down, it will be that first team win for Kev's Hot Dog. I'm getting so confused now. Kev's Hot Dog Boys, yes.
That was fast.
It was very quick. Yeah, I think you had the swing from Justin there going out to grab one, and it almost seemed like a whiff of contact, but didn't actually end up falling afterwards. So they managed to get themselves a good solid two-piece, and it was followed up quickly by the return from his team. It's just as simple as that.
I mean, also I do believe that, like, in terms of mechanics, Kev's Hot Dog Boys are going to have a lot higher mechanic skills. And then if you're kind of just like running into them, it's not really going to give you much of an opportunity to be able to kind of get any sort of advantage. Yeah,
already looking to try and make some contact as Odysseus with this Guardian will take a risky peek. Definitely one of the strongest players in this lobby here to look out for. There's one with the Guardian. Still has his life, and it looks like a fast split Divo coming in as Nandroid takes a hefty amount of damage. Courtesy of Caroline and friends, but more contact being made as Odysseus will try and get his one and get through quickly. As the split will come in, the clone jump scares for Killer like she's playing FNAF, and now she's got to deal with a little bit more coming in as Hane on that Outlaw could be a big thorn in the side, and that will be the case, though traded by Ling Ling. It's 3-on-2 with the spike planted.
Yeah, very good post-plant positions now. You've got lamps for yourself.
One enemy remaining.
Holding down.
A bit hectic here, but one peeks through. The Killer will fall. You've only got Jamil and Ling Ling together trying to pressure that cross, and it will be done. That will be a second round for Kev's Hot Dog Boys, although strangely closer than you'd expect it to be.
Now it's our turn.
Wait, I'm so confused. What's going on?
That was a buy round for Kev's Hot Dog Boys.
Oh,
and
never mind.
They won
the names are really confusing me right now. Like, the names on the top being the wrong way around are really confusing me. Okay, right. So the attackers were the winners here. Yes. My bad. So that will be 1-1.
It's that post plant, right? Getting it down and then like kind of immediately doing a little bit of chip damage. So a few people on that A defense side getting chipped away, and slowly those pistols can actually do a lot of damage.
I mean, it's a matter of taking those 1v1 fights, and I mean, this is almost reckless in nature here coming out from Kevs here. Going out for an early pick, especially with the Viper coming in, a lot of pressure taken away if they were to fall, but there's Paranoia and Prowler thrown out to clear out Hookah. That will give a lot of easy space here for Kev's Hot Dog Boys to maybe fight. They're all PIBBLE, sorry, to push through. Still the names are bugging me here. Some pressure from Quimboy and Caroline, but you've got Justin McKiller soon to make further contact. First pick will be dropped here from Justin as the wall is up, looking to fight more, but Juki will get his 2. And that's made PIBBLE have a player up, and
smokes are coming down. The Bucky is in hand as well. This can be very very deadly.
You've also got this Yoru here pressured up from A and almost clearing it. They're probably going to go for this teleport.
There it is.
That's the case. Now with the A site fully clear, you've got the quick attentive rotation. You've already got this Yoru pushed up here. Juki with the plant, and Ling Ling on this scary angle on the Outlaw. That will be the pick out. And so it's a 3-on-1 with this Clove now all on their own.
Jumping through spawn, trying to find something. A few shots coming through, but that spike is ticking down. Is going to try and keep him out of that site for as long as possible. Flash is coming through.
What happened there?
Not bouncing off the floor too much.
There we go.
There we go.
Just slowly went to close it out. I think it's a bit of a rough skirmish because you don't see too much technical stuff going on right now. It's very much just it feels a little reminiscent of like a ranked lobby that you would see. It's a bit skirmishy, too much fighting going on.
Yeah.
Not the craziest team efforts being applied. I mean, straight off the bat, seeing the Viper willingly be first contact through mid should tell you the caliber of synergy that we're seeing with it. But regardless of it, I mean, some of the skirmish ability that we're seeing is quite good. From Kev's Hot Dog Boys, just generally speaking, being a bit seemingly struggling to deal with this PIBBLE lineup, with both Lingling and Juki doing really good work on this dimensional drift onto Nut Enjoyer. See if she fancies a few jump scares more than that, but Odin now in the hands of Lingling to take down Hayne, and it's going to be a spike plant coming in. I mean, they're just going so deep, they're greening this out. It's not an expected off angle for Justin to clear, and that's the third for Lingling. This is on another. And one by one, they're making this work somehow. Odysseus and Cream Boy, they're paying off here, and Caroline taking so much damage. Odysseus has brought this back from the brink here, as now Juki, fearing his life, will be baited out by Odysseus, confirmed. Now the Paranoia thrown to clear. And he's got a decent amount of time on his hands to play around with. 3 seconds until the smoke. They fake the tap. Juki not able to spot it in time. What a comeback coming in there from Kev's Hot Dog Boys.
I mean, like you say, it was kind of just one by one, kind of creeping back into it. It was such good positioning from Lingling, though. I mean, managing to TP into thingy, taking the Odin out of a dead man's hands, and then going straight into CT and holding it. It was such good positioning, but unfortunately that's something like you kind of by yourself, and although the Odin is good, it does have its flaws, and you kind of can't be holding that angle for too long. But slowly they took the space back off the site, and I think it is again down to mechanics. We're seeing these shots from Kev's Hot Dog Boys. It's really kind of just a much higher standard.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think on top of that, they followed up a little bit too much with Lingling's aggression, right? You had Lingling walking up, taking that off angle of position, getting sort of 3 kills. You didn't really have to worry about committing to more fighting. You could have played a safer post plant, but because of the fighting that we were seeing, Odysseus and Greenwood were able to really make good work of it. And on this next followed up round, we've gotten 2 early kills here for Kev's Hot Dog Boys, but finally there will be an exchange here with Lingling getting 1.
Yeah, and that is down to a 4v3. That attacking side really just being kind of scraped down.
As well. Kev's Hot Dog Boys are quite stable here. They're not fully committed to only over rotations. And finally, off of a jump peek there, Hayden will take down his counterpart in the Yoru. And that's made things a little bit difficult here for PIBBLE FC.
Yeah, I mean, these Viper smokes as well going to be keeping you off that side for a bit longer. Juki trying to find something, but the hand manages to get 1. Juki trying to find something. Michaela backing him up now, but it's these Viper smokes again. Once again, it's really hard to be able to push through these, especially with a clove there.
1 enemy remaining.
You've got Justin on this judge. Trying to get his 1, but can't get any more.
Rush is going to come through, but
Juki's on a brave rotation. It's up to the timing of the smoke. Unfortunately, will backfire for Juki, as that is a teammate coming in here for Kev's Hot Dog Boys.
But a very good attempt. We're seeing some really good kind of counter actions on this attacking side. They're kind of getting taken down to the bare bones of their team, and then slowly kind of we're seeing a lot of climbing back when each team, but from both sides, maybe from these rounds, they've been kind of not having a good start to the round, and slowly kind of okay, right, let's reset. He's kind of really good at kind of taking the time, going right. Hold on, let's kind of really think about what we're doing here. But this attacking side, they are going to be stacking 5.
It's a 5-round stack this time. Yeah. A 3-2 split in for Kevs.
Yeah, but you have that Yoru, right? So you're able to TP as much as you want. Well, kind of between these sites very quickly. And is that going to be a 5 stack towards showers?
It looks like it. With the inferior weaponry that we're seeing, it's definitely something that's present. More to try to abuse numbers, trying to overwhelm those singular pieces of space to claim a lot of pressure. and hold those angles to get themselves. The satchel in, Kane spotted, but Justin not. Up from the side of Hookah, from Lamps will get there one, and Dizzy as well joining in. And Dizzy with the second on this Outlaw, and it's so much pressure applied, it's almost served to him on a silver platter as he looks to get the next, but Ling Ling won't let it happen, okay? Ling Ling with 2 picks on this Outlaw. Desperate to get away at this point. He knows what's coming to him, and Justin is looking to catch him before he can get out of his hands, and that's going to be the 4th round there.
It is indeed, and I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, we're going to start seeing these kind of hold on defense from, but then like you said, it was a bonus round, so an eco round for PIBBLE. So like, you know, they did a very good job considering. But now we're seeing them with full gun. They've got 3 ultimates on the board, and they can be very, very strong. We don't see a lot of Cypher nowadays either. We're seeing Cypher being played in a game. I haven't seen him in a game personally for a very long time. So it's nice to see kind of having that difference in pop. Both your ult coming out as well at the same time.
Yeah, this is a really hectic game. You've got Nitroya somehow, by some miracle, grabs their 3, and you've seen the convergent paths looking to do something with it, but it backfires here. As England will get 2, but it doesn't really matter when you've got Night Enjoyer spreading not only that, but some hellfire with this Odin. And so you've got this. Hello? What are we doing here? PIBBLE? PIBBLE, what's going on? How has this happened? And now Juki's got this from the shadows.
Oh no!
But he's fallen into the trap with this anchor from Justin.
Oh.
Don't make this audible.
Spike planted.
Is this going to be spotted? Is it going to be scouted? It's not. Oh, just barely. Thank goodness for that. I mean, had we seen that round collapse and we saw a choke, that could have been the most agonizing thing I'd ever watched.
It felt like a little bit of a troll. However, I do feel like they're underestimating Juki a little bit too much.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it was such. It's so unfortunate because you see the Omen like ultimate online and you go, oh no, please don't do it, because it's typical, right? You think you get those 2 kills, right? Surely the third one's around somewhere, so you TP onto a different site and you have time to really kind of lock down B a bit more. But unfortunately, the game had been read already, and it is going to be 5-2.
I mean, thank goodness for Justin, man. Had Justin not over-rotated, you know, it would have been a different way around if he left and just moved around. It could have been a whole different story. Maybe a 1v1 Juki. From what I know, is generally a really strong player that can actually do good work under the right circumstances. So it could have been a different deal, but not this time. As out comes the decoy, contact being made again. It's Not Enjoyer with this Odin grabbing his 2, and it's a slaughter here for Kev's Hot Dog Boys.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with Bind, you need to be kind of having a very slow start on this attack. You need to be able to play a few players across the map, very default starts to these rounds, and unfortunately they are 5 stacking toward each side. And they are being pincered every single time, and it's not looking good. I mean, you've got Night Enjoyer literally locking down the main entry of site with the Odin, and the rest of them are just kind of going around the map and picking up everyone else one by one.
Yeah, I mean, it's initially a bit of a trade back and forth, but over time it's pretty clear that Kevs are making this work.
Don't miss me too much.
These individuals willingly taking these fights, and this Odin abuse coming out from the Clove, it's becoming a bit oppressive now on this defense. And it does call for a superior composition on top of it. It just pays off well. On to the next round now, where economy isn't as big of a concern. Again, it's always starting with Nut Enjoyer on this Odin, man. Can't understand it. No clue how we can get away with stuff like this, man. Drop down from Hookah now. That big entry point for PIBBLE FC is gone. Enjoyer again looking to get 1, but he's traded by Ling Ling. Thankfully, with this Nightfall, though, it applies a lot of pressure onto the rest here of PIBBLE, and it will lead to them being overwhelmed, and now we're killer alone here in the spawn.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do at this point. A few shots coming through, but that is going to be 7 on the board for Kev's Hot Dog Boys. And I think the issue is now you're past 6. You're going to have that at least 2-round difference going into the second half. And I don't think this momentum is going to stop anytime soon.
This is a nice spot.
Next round in as well, you've got some noticeable ultimates here. You've got this Nightfall coming in from PIBBLE. You've also got this
do have
Showstopper.
the Showstopper, which I think could be a game changer for Pibble if they use it correctly. If they can try and isolate some sort of fight, but
What's difficult for them here is that they've got so much aggression, right?
Yep.
And they don't have
Can't
they don't have good weaponry to counteract this either. Do they willingly invest such strong ultimates into this? I don't know if they want to, but if they do, then they'll go down to 8 and essentially guarantee them an 8-4 half at the minimum. With Odysseus, I mean, just mopping the floor with this team inside of this Viper's pit. What else can you do? I mean, good cover from Justin as well. But the Ling Ling, okay! You've got an intervention there. I get you, man. Goodness gracious, what a stylish individual kill there to sugarcoat what is otherwise a bit of a slaughter coming through. I mean, look at this kill death differential for this Pibble roster. You've got Ling Ling with a clear gap between the rest of this lobby, and collectively it's just clearly all Kev's Hot Dog Boys.
Yeah, definitely. But if you look at their ultimates, they've got 4 now, nearly 5. If Juki manages to, you know, get maybe an orb or plant that's like even 2 kills, but like you said, I just don't think they have the utility and the guns to kind of, even like the gameplay to really, like, to actually utilize what they can do.
Yeah, no dimensional drift thrown out. A lot of ultimate being invested. This is the round that they really want to win here. Out comes this Nightfall. Out comes the Milled. I mean, that's a strange ult to be throwing out in that position, but Odysseus seems to be there on the opposite side. Ling Ling has the back though. Quick on the trade. An aggressive push here from Justin will backfire, and so it's a 3-on-2. Finally, for Cavs, it's still 1 man up. You need more. You have to win this, and they haven't even planted the spike yet. It's Hayne to finish the job. It's 9-2 here for Cavs Hot Dog Boys.
Like I pretty much just said, I don't feel
half.
like they have like the kind of game knowledge to be able to utilize those ultimates. We see Ling Ling go in with the Euro ult, all through lamps, all through backside, cleared it, and then we see Jamil go in with the Showstopper straight into lamps when it's just been cleared. There's no one in lamps, and that should either that's not been communicated or that's, I don't know what's happened there. But it felt like a little bit of a waste, and then obviously the TP came out. The Showstopper was looking promising, but the TP came out from the Euro on the other side. It's unfortunate, but it just feels a little bit sloppy.
I mean, if you're Pibble FC, now what, right? Like,
right?
what's on your mind? How are you going to be able to play around this? It's 9-2. Thankfully now for viewers, the names are finally swapped back around, so you can be a bit more accurate on that. Hayne and McKellar getting ones of their own, and finally Pibble look like climbing things back. They have an advantage here. They
do indeed, and this is looking very promising, forcing the defense back a little bit into elbow and CT, but hold on. Yeah, no.
Oh, this push out from Enjoy with the Zodin is going to make things so much worse. They'll get there too, and they'll have the Not Dead Jet coming out. Callan under so much pressure, almost whiffing, but will survive. Now a 2-on-2. It's still winnable for Pibble, but it's just McKellar now alone, both against Justin and Greenboy, who have been big contributors, but McKellar, despite the sharp shots, can't finish the last member.
Yeah, and that is going to be 10-2 in the first half. And if you... it's hard. If Kev's Hot Dog Boys end up winning these next 2 pistol rounds, it's not looking good.
Yeah. You know, unlike Kev's Hot Dog Boys, Pibble have a member who are best friends with a guy called Owen. And he's having a great time in this match so far. Unfortunately, not able to do too much in this series, but hopefully in the future it'll work later. But 10-2 is really daunting with this half switch.
They're on attack now, right? So I think
with a better comp, for attack.
Full force.
Yeah.
Just like you say, they've been running them down pretty much the whole time when they were on defense.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be same deal, different half. You know, like it's not. I'm a little concerned for Pibble's odds on this one, but how are they going to be dealing with this one? Odysseus quick in, and Jamil will get his one! Oh! It's a fantastic start already.
He's on the board.
Some miracles being made here for Pibble, but it was quickly stuffed out by this trade as Nut Enjoyer will get 2. Also counteracting the miracle raise coming in of Pibble. Ling Ling needs to do some magic, but he's gone. LeBron is out of the team now, off the court, as Nut Enjoyer's wreaking havoc in this game. A 4th kill for them. It's 11-2 here. It seems all but over.
It unfortunately does, and you never want to say it's over right until the game is finished. But unfortunately, you see scorelines like this, and it's just not looking promising, especially on a map like Vine, where it's just really hard kind of
Watching here.
crawl back. The map is very small. You don't have a mid to the map. It's very hard to kind of change up your strategy. We're seeing a lot of times on Bind where things are very repetitive. And if you've not really got much from the start, it's very hard to change it up.
Yeah. What really can you do here if you're Pibble now? You've got Phantoms being bought here from Kevs. They're waiting for this big fight. Again, already an instant skirmish. They're trying to creep up mid. They tried to clear those sides and they just can't do it. It seems like a clean read from Kev's Ultimate Boys to expect that heavy mid push. And so they open the space up to enable it themselves, and so the TP comes in, a 5-man engage onto the A site with poor Caroline so alone here, with just a shorty in hand.
No.
Can it get any worse? No! In fact, it gets better, but quickly snuffed out again by Odysseus. I mean...
Oh, down to Juki. I believe. Classic in hand. 100 HP, nearly 2 smokes left.
EMEA and gun buddy, EMEA represent.
Exactly.
Prime Classic with the yellow variant is the best one, in my opinion.
Nah.
If you disagree, you're wrong. And looking for 1v1 does some damage to Justin, but damage needs to be a little bit more to get that finish off to add some silver lining here. Not going to be the case. It's 12-2 as we're waiting for Kezador to essentially roll the curtain call here.
Yeah, I think we're seeing an Odin on both sides now as well, and there's a little bit of brawl. I do think Pibble FC are kind of at the point where they don't really care anymore. They're here for fun. They are here for fun. No, but I think if they're putting out the Odin, it could be like a last hope thing.
If I'm Pibble FC, I'm watching that Japanese fisherman on YouTube in that pond going, never give up. You can do whatever you can do whatever you set your mind to. This is what should be followed right now. Caroline will listen diligently and get his one, but the rest of his team seemingly not the case. Him and Ling Ling will fall, and that's LeBron again off the court for Pibble. I'm not sure what you can do now. And so with the plant in, it's delaying the inevitable here, but Jamil, Juki and Makilla all getting numbers in. Not dead yet, also thrown out here from Kev's Ultimate Boys, but still shut down by Makilla. It's up to Hayne, who will finish the job. It's the third pick coming through, and that will be 13-2 to Kev's Hot Dog Boys. We thought, at least for both teams seeming to be on the for fun side, it was going to be a little closer, but it was an absolute whitewash here on Bind.
It was indeed. They managed to win first round, and it was like, okay, this is looking good, but unfortunately, that was about it.
Yeah, I mean, getting overwhelmed, players like Nut-Enjoy and Creamboy, the dynamic duo, the dynamic duo just making things work so well. I don't know what else you could ask for a roster like this. Odysseus as well, doing so good. Unfortunately, it will be too much for Pibble Football Club, as Ling Ling, LeBron also, the best player in the lobby, unable to do much with the rest of the team. It is literally the no-help meme.
It is
But
indeed.
what more can you ask for at Epic Land? Especially when these teams are just here to have a laugh.
Exactly.
Can't really do much aside from that, but we're having a laugh as well. It's been a bit of a fun ride, so yeah.
Definitely. I mean, that's the thing. We're at LAN. I'm sure they're all waiting for the bars to open.
It's a vibe. Have a good time,
exactly. Exactly. No, it is all fun and games, but as well, this is why we have group stages. You're going to be going against people that with a much higher seed than you. You're going to be going against people that have similar seed to you as well. It's all evened out across the board, so that they're going to have a better chance going further into the day.
Yeah, exactly. And with that being said, I think that's time for us to call it. Going to a break soon with our next match. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes, I believe, or maybe a little less than that. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see for our next game in the group stage. We'll see you guys soon.